Well, surprise, surprise. No anthem kneeling and no fist raise. The NFL season kicking off with only some slight controversy. Two players sitting on the bench during the national anthem, the end of it. So is this a sign of how the season will shape up? Our panel here to weigh in. 10-year Armed Services Reserves veteran Kathy Barnette, liberal analyst Cathy Areu, and Super Bowl champ and author of the new book, Why I Stand, Burgess Owens. Thank you all for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning.
Burgess, I'm going to start with you. Were you surprised last night that everyone was standing pretty much?
Well, not really. I'm not. I'm still not pleased, to be honest with you. I'm waiting for policy from the NFL. We still, every single week, have to wonder if these guys are going to stand or not, because NFL has not decided yet whether they want to focus on allowing to see the game, or if we can still bring politics into it. So once I see the policy from the NFL in which they've finally said this is what we're going to do, we're going to make sure our players stand and respect our flag and not put this in front of us every week, then I'll be very pleased with it at that point.
All right, so I have two Kathys here, so I'm going to say Kathy with a C. So Kathy with a C, what did you think? Were you surprised?
Not too surprised, because Jerry Jones has already said that his team is not allowed to
America's team.
Right, America's team is not allowed to kneel. So if America's team can't do it, so this might be a trend, things to come, that other teams are going to follow suit. But we don't know. It's a team-by-team basis until the union and until the NFL decides what they're going to do about this. And really, Kaepernick lost everything, as he says.
Kaepernick's doing pretty well now. He got a pretty good contract with Nike.
And he really didn't sacrifice anything, right? Because he was riding the bench prior to this, and he was on his way out the door anyway. So he really hasn't sacrificed anything. But as we're talking about this whole Nike situation, I think going forward, we can expect to see pretty much of what we've already seen. Maybe they're playing nice right now, but I think as we continue to go on through the season, we can expect to see NFL owners continue to lack the courage to protect their brand. We can expect to see NFL players who were kneeling once before to continue to push that false narrative of racism on the rest of the country. And I think we can continue to expect to see some corporations try to take advantage or exploit the division within the nation for a profit, because that's exactly what we've seen Nike do with this.
Burgess, do you think that's what Nike is doing?
That was spot on. Seriously, understand, we're dealing with globalists. Nike, NFL, they're looking at their international brand. Nike, for instance, $35 billion internationally and $14 billion here. They don't mind demeaning the brand so they can be attractive to other countries, other places where they want to move and have their brand accepted. Same with NFL. There's 80 other teams, 80 other nations out there that they're trying to move into, and they don't mind, again, demeaning our brand to make sure that happens. So that's spot on. I think these corporations need to man up, decide on what we're going to do with these players so they're not demeaning their own brand individually and hurting their career by standing against what America does not like to see happen.
Yeah, Kathy, you're shaking your head.
Right. I mean, most Americans actually side with Kaepernick.
No,
most Americans actually believe in the freedom of speech and the First Amendment. So that's what this is all about.
But it's also
this is the American way.
Narrative. Most Americans are patriots. Most Americans recognize that this false narrative is not truly what the country is all about. It is a false narrative when you look at facts. Now, if you're talking to a liberal with sloppy thinking and a push of nonsense, and they reject reality, then it's not, then of course on every street corner there's a white police officer standing there waiting to shoot a black man. But the facts just don't add up to that. And when we look at FBI statistics, when we look at what's really going on in the black community, what's decimating the black community today is not white police officers, but is black on black crime. It's poor education. It's low home ownership. It's black jobs is what we should be talking about that matters. And this is what our country, this is what our president is actually doing. And I think as the economy continues to improve, those who feel a little disenfranchised and disillusioned are going to begin to come
Well, we also have this. This is the other side of the coin. This patriotic apparel company that's releasing these Just Stand T-shirts that are countering Nike's Kaepernick ad. And Kathy, I would go to you on this because, I mean, do you believe that Nike signed Kaepernick because of some overwhelming feeling that they believe in what he believes in, or is it all about the money?
They've always had a good relationship. So Kaepernick and Nike's always had a good relationship. I think it's about history. I think Nike and Kaepernick are going to be on the right side of history, and I think this other company and Trump are going to be on the wrong side of history when we look back on this. People care about social issues. This just
no, they don't. We care about our pocketbook.
I think Nike cares about the money.
Well, Nike is not dumb. They know what they're doing. It was strategic, but at the end of the day, they know that people want to just do it. They want to take chances. We have Serena Williams. We have many other people, not just Kaepernick, that are part of this campaign.
Burgess, last word.
Yes. Nike could care less about the Black American, the Black community. They're looking at profits. At bottom line, they move to countries where they can get slave labor to make their brand. Americans care about this. Every single generation has done the very best they can to make sure the next generation is more hopeful, more excited, and can produce more for themselves than the last. This is the first generation which we're actually telling our kids they cannot make it here in America. And that's the left. So they're spot on. At the end of the day, we need to encourage our kids, people like Kaepernick, making it work, making $12 million a year, and telling our kids they can't make it because the white man won't let them. That is not the American way, and that's not the way my parents brought me up. So he needs to go out and learn our history and man up and if he wants to do something, go out there and do something with these policemen.
Hey, and that's coming from a Super Bowl
but sit down and complain, and now he's making millions from this process of this narrative.
Burgess, sorry to cut you off. Everybody, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Yeah, man up.